Story time, story time. It's story time, guys. Also, fit check. The shoes, so cute. Story time. Hey, what is up? Welcome back, guys. Sorry for the odd intro. I don't know. I'm just very excited. I love doing little story times with you guys. I love just kind of like sitting down, talking to you guys, like kind of making it a vibe, like having a fun time, chilling, talking, whatever. So, today's story time is going to be how one of my friends got me put in ISS. So, for the sick friend, and ISS, for those of you who don't know, is in school suspension. So, for the sake of this video, we will call her Jenna. And the friend that was with me when this happened, we will call her Isabella. I don't know why, but those are the names we were going with. They are sticking. Me and Jenna didn't really have like a long-term friendship. We were kind of like, meh, like school friends. Like, we hung out maybe once outside of school. Like, we weren't BFFs by any means. And then me and Isabella, however, were like inseparable. You saw one of us, you saw the other. We were all kind of like friendly. Like, me and Isabella were both friends with Jenna. But Jenna wasn't like, oh, we want to go shopping, let's call Jenna. It was like, we see her at school, that's kind of the vibe. One day, me and Isabella were in school, and we always did this thing where we'd text each other. If you're a girl in high school, you've probably done this. You text your friends, and you're like, hey, I'm going to the bathroom. Come meet me here. We would just kind of, like, go into the bathroom and, like, talk. Like, we wouldn't really, like, go to the bathroom. We would just kind of sit there and talk and hang out and whatever. Just because, like, we didn't want to be in class. Like, you know, high school stuff. So she's like, okay, bet, which bathroom? Because we didn't have class together. And her class, I believe, at the time was on the main floor, and mine was, like, on the bottom floor. Like, the basement type floor. And so I told her, I'm like, the bathroom at the bottom by Miss So-and-so's class. And she's like, okay, bet, like, be down in 5. I'm like, okay, cool. So it didn't even take her 5 minutes. It took her, like, a minute and 30 seconds. I guess she had to wait for someone to get back from the bathroom. I'm not really sure. So she gets down there and we're hanging out in the bathroom, and I'm spilling all the tea to her about, like, everything that happened that day, and, like, vice versa. We're just sitting there, we're chit-chatting, we're having a good old time. And the bathroom door swings open. And so instantly, like, we go into the bathroom stalls because we don't want to be caught, like, ditching class to have this conversation. So we go into the stalls. We, like, flush the toilets real quick, and we come out, and we see it's just Jenna. So we're like, okay, whatever. So we're all, like, in there gossiping. You know how girls do in high school. Like, we're sitting there, like, getting all the tea, spilling all the deeds, like, giving each other all the info. Isabella was vaping. It was the little Juuls at the time, so it was, like, you know, they looked like a little flash drive type vibe. Now, at this time, it wasn't uncommon for kids to be vaping in school. Like, this was the vape epidemic. Like, to be honest, it was. So, she had a Juul. She was sitting there and she was just, like, hitting her vape and, like, whatever. You know, no biggie, nothing crazy. And I want to say at this point, we had been in the bathroom for probably about 10 or 11. Like, it wasn't, like, an extended period of time, but it was long enough to be concerning to our teachers. I guess my teachers specifically had called the assistant principal. Said, like, hey, you know, she went to the bathroom, like, a minute ago, like, she's not back. And this wasn't uncommon for teachers, like, if kids, as I said, it was a vape epidemic, so if they thought we were in the bathroom doing something stupid, they would call on us. The AP comes in, and she has, like, smoke in her mouth. Like, vaporizer in her mouth. And she hurries up and drops, like, her vape into, like, the center of her bra. Which, once again, not uncommon. As the AP walks in, she goes to say something, and the smoke comes out of her mouth in the direction of me and Isabella. So the AP walks in, sees this giant smoke cloud above me and Isabella, and goes, you three, upstairs, now. Me and Isabella just look at each other and we're like, ain't no way we're going down for this shit. Ain't no way. So we're like, okay, whatever. Because we didn't have anything on us. We knew we didn't have anything on us. So we're like, whatever. Okay. For reference, what Jenna used to do was in her sports bras, she'd cut a slit. And when she would drop it into the middle of the sports bra, it didn't matter what you would do. You couldn't see it and you couldn't tell it was there. And she was definitely gifted. So it was just like easy for her to hide it. So we walk up to the AP's office. They put us all in separate rooms. And they're like, who was vaping in the bathroom? You know, Miss So-and-so walked in and saw a giant cloud above you and Isabella. Like, which one of y'all were vaping? And we're like, neither of us. Like, we weren't vaping. The AP's like, one of you was, and you better fess up. And, like, mind you, me and Isabella are texting each other during this. Like, we were not taking this seriously at all, because, like, we weren't vaping. And we're like, did you tell them we weren't vaping? Yep. How about you? Yep. Like, well, who was vaping? Who was vaping? We're not gonna snitch. Like, you've lost your dang mind if you think we're snitching. Or, like, nobody was vaping. Like, she must have seen it. Like, she must be imagining things like no one was vaping. Of course, we don't know that in the other frickin' room, Jenna's over there saying, oh, they were both doing it. Oh, they were both vaping. Here's the thing. At that time, me and Isabella both had vapes. However, we always left our vapes in my car because the APs were on shit like ass on grass. Like, they were on it. So we weren't risking it. Because, like, if you got caught, you could get suspended, you could get expelled, you could be, like, allowed to not go to prom or homecoming. So we weren't stupid about it. Like, we always left our shit in my car. They're like, well, who was vaping? And we're like, nobody was vaping. Meanwhile, Jenna's in the other room fucking blaming everything on us. And so one by one, they bring the officer in. Male officer. Also, thinking back to this, just like how in my last story time where I was in the AP's office, I'm pretty sure, because we were all minors, I was 17, Isabella was 16, and Jenna was like 15. We were minors. I'm pretty sure they were supposed to call our parents or have a parent present when bringing an officer in, especially a male officer. There was no female present during this. The APs that were questioning us were male, and the officer was male. So I don't know the legality of that, but I have my questions. They bring a male officer in one by one, and they start searching us. Take off your shoes. So we take off our shoes. Dump out your shoes. So we shake our shoes. Take off your sock. Shake out your sock. The only time they didn't make you shake out your sock was when you, like, pulled your sock off inside out. This was low-key a strip search, but not really at the same time. Shake your pants. At the time, I'm wearing the tightest skinny jeans that I can fit in, so if there's anything in my pants, you're gonna see it. I look him dead in the face and go, how you want me to shake these? He goes, pull the bottoms and shake. I'm like, I barely fit into them. What do you mean, pull the bottoms? Like, these things are glued to my skin. And he goes, I don't care, do it. I try and pull the bottoms. I'm showing him, like, they're not pulling. I'm, like, trying to pretend to shake it. It's not working because these are skin-tight jeans. He's like, pull out your pockets. So I pull out my pockets. He's like, is that the full way they pull out? And I'm, like, pulling them, like, showing him my pants are going up. Like, they're literally out. He goes, put your pockets back in. So I put my pockets back in. He goes, turn around. Okay? He's like, pat down the pockets. And, like, mind you, these pockets are on my ass. Like, these pockets are on my ass. So I'm, like, patting down the pockets. Like, showing him there's nothing in these pockets. He goes, take off your sweatshirt. I go, I cannot do that. He goes, why? I'm like, I'm not wearing a shirt underneath this sweatshirt. This is, like, middle of winter. It's freezing out. Like, and I'm not putting a shirt on under a sweatshirt. I'm not taking off the sweatshirt. He goes, I don't believe you. So I'm like, I can pull out my sweatshirt and shake it. He goes, no, I want you to like pull your sweatshirt up to crop level so I can see you're not wearing a shirt. At this point, I'm just so irritated. I want to be done with this whole situation. So I pull it up to like right under my chest. And he's like, okay, pull out your sweatshirt and shake it. And like, I have a sports bra on. Nonetheless, thinking back on that, that's not okay. Especially not without a parent present. So I pull my sweatshirt out, I'm shaking my sweatshirt. And he's like, turn the pocket to the side. So I kind of like turn the pocket to the side and I'm like shaking the pocket. Nothing's coming out. So he has the security come in and like check the pocket. Nothing's in the pocket. He goes, pull your bra out and shake it. Because he knew like some girls will put it like right there and not everyone knew the little slit trick. With my sweatshirt still on, I go like right here and like grab the bottom of the bra and I'm like shaking it out. Nothing's falling out. He goes, turn around and shake the bag. So I pull it and I shake the bag. Now I need you to like lift your hood. And I'm like, okay. So I lift my hood and nothing comes out. He goes, shake the back again. So I shake the back again. He has the security officer or the officer, whatever the hell this guy was, come and check the hood of it. He goes, now take your hair down. So I'm like, okay. And I take my hair down because my hair was in a messy bun. Take my hair down. I shake my hair out. Nothing's coming out. So I put my hair back up. Like it was just, thinking back on it, this search was not okay to do without a parent present. It really wasn't. So I put my hair back up and he's like, okay, nothing's on your person. Now empty your binder. Because all I had brought with me that day was a binder. Because like, it was a half day. I was only going to be there for an hour and a half. Like, not bringing a whole book bag. I had 3 classes. I open my binder. He's going through all my binder stuff. Like, I mean tearing apart my binder. They don't find anything. And the same thing with Isabella. They don't find anything. They do the same thing with Jenna. They don't find anything. So now they're questioning us, asking us where we stashed it. I'm like, you mean from the bathroom to here with an AP's eyes on us at all points, where did we stash it? We don't have one. We didn't stash it anywhere. And the officer comes back in and then expresses they need me and Isabella in the same room for this conversation. So as the officer walks out, I'm texting Isabella. I'm like, we're about to be in the same room. She goes, huh? And then she comes walking in. And me and her are kind of looking at each other like, this is actually like the most aggravating thing on the face of this earth. She sits down beside me and we're looking at them and nobody's talking. So eventually I look at them like, someone gonna tell us what's going on, because like I would like to leave. Like my day is over. My day has been over for the past 20 minutes. I would like to leave. The officer starts telling us that Jenna has said that me and Isabella were vaping in the bathroom. And so me and Isabella kind of look at each other like, what the? And we both look back. And I kid you not, when I say incomplete sync, we were like, we weren't vaping. I'm like, well, why were you in the bathroom for so long? We're like, we literally told you this already. We were literally gossiping. Like, we were just giving each other the tea about our day. Like, just telling each other what was happening. Like, that's all it was. Like, we were sitting there on our phones talking. Like, we were not vaping. So the AP's like, fine, I'm calling both your parents. And me and Isabella are way ahead of the APs. We already texted our parents and we're like, we're in the assistant principal's offices. Just so you know, in case. They both pick up. And they're like, first thing they say, straight out the gate, does your daughter own a vape? Because mind you, they called our parents one by one. Both our parents say, nope. No. Here's the thing. Both our parents knew we owned a vape, but both our parents also knew we kept the vape in my van. You know, they knew we weren't being stupid. Both our parents said, no. I said, is there any possibility your child could have gotten a vape? Nope. Are you 100% certain that there is no chance your child has a vape? Both parents say, no shot. No chance. AP's like, well, we caught someone vaping in the bathroom and nobody's fessing up, but Jenna has told us that it was your daughters. Your daughter and her best friend. And both our parents are like, that's crazy. They're not stupid. The AP's like, well, clearly they are because they're lying to us. Both parents, my mom was like, they're not lying to you. Like, my daughter's already been in, like, enough trouble with you, like, and this Jenna girl somehow always blames it on my daughter and on these two. Like, do you really think my daughter's going to sit here and do anything remotely stupid around this girl, knowing this girl runs to you all the time? Isabella's mom's like, don't call my child stupid, do not call her best friend stupid. Like, loses her crap on this AP and basically says, like, you do not call these children stupid. They are both straight A students. They're not dumb enough to do something like this in school. Then the AP proceeds to tell both parents, you know, one by one, so we searched your daughters. My mom, flying off the hook, my mom is pissed at this point because you just told her you searched her daughter, who is underage, without her being there. My mom goes, I'll be up in 10 minutes. Mind you, my mom is in the middle of her workday. They are calling her in the middle of her workday. She is on her lunch break. I'll be up in 10 minutes. That's all she said. She hung up the phone. My mom said nothing else. Mind you, at this point, my mom's like, why aren't you out of school yet? Anyways, like, I was supposed to be home way before. I had a therapy appointment that I'm missing right now. So my mom's already livid. Because just to get into this appointment, I think it took her like 4 or 5 weeks to even get me scheduled. AP tells Isabella's mom, we searched your daughter. Her mom goes flying off the handle. Why in the hell did you search these kids without a parent present? Was there a female present? The AP goes, yes. Me and Isabella both in back go, there is no female here. Her mom goes, is Sharice's mom coming up to the school? Because if not, I'm coming up and y'all don't want to see me. They go, yeah, Sharice's mom is coming. She goes, you better pray to God I don't hear you ever search these children again. Because next time I'm coming up there and I'm coming with a cop and I am pressing charges. And like her mom was like flying off the handle. Her mom was livid. And I mean, as any parent should be. Because it's like, you searched their children. They're minor children. Without parental consent or a female present. And all 3 of us are female minors. My mom wasn't lying when she said 10 minutes. I don't know if she flew down the highway. I don't know where the hell she came from. But it hit that 9-minute mark and you hear bzzz at the front. And you hear the receptionist go, how can I help you? And all you hear, mind you, we're in the rooms and the reception office is maybe like 5 to 6 steps away from us. And you hear over the intercom, let me in this fucking door. They have my child and her best friend in there and they searched them without a female present. And you just hear, bzzz. Door opens. My mom comes in guns a-flippin' blazing. She is on 10 and stays on 10 this entire time. She is not playing. She comes in that door, throws it open, and goes, what in the hell is wrong with the 2 of you? Like, talking to the assistant principal and the officer. And the officer goes, ma'am, you need to calm down. My mom goes, do not tell me to calm down. I just got off the phone with Isabella's mom. And y'all had them in separate rooms while you were doing this search? Have you lost your minds? And the officer's just like, ma'am, I need you to calm down. Mom goes, I'm not calming the fuck down. You don't bring 3 girls into separate rooms and tell them to pull out their bra. If you think my daughter was not texting me and her best friend was not texting her mother, you are insane. We know everything that happened in this room. You do not ask a 16 to 17-year-old to pull out their bra. The AP basically says, well, because we can't get to the bottom of the situation, all 3 girls are going into ISS for 3 days. My mom goes, I will be damned if my daughter's going into ISS for something I know good and well, you know good and well, she knows and he knows good and well, they were not involved in this situation. I will be damned if my daughter's going into ISS. And my mom goes, girls, let's go. And they're like, you can't take Isabella, you're not a guardian, blah, blah, blah. My mom calls Isabella's mom, goes, call and let the school know I am taking your child. And she goes, that bad? My mom goes, you have no fucking idea. Isabella's mom calls the school and goes, Sharice's mom will be, well, she said my mom's name, will be checking out Isabella today. And kind of like, you know, giving her the spiel on what my mom looks like, what my mom drives, like all that, so she can take her. So my mom takes us both down to my car. Me and Isabella get in my car. And on the drive back, we are literally sitting here, like, talking, like, what in the fuck just happened? Truly, what in the hell just happened? And we're just talking about this whole situation. And, like, we didn't even hit our vapes once, like, leaving the parking lot up until we got to Isabella's house. Because we went to Isabella's house because my mom had to go back to work and my keys were with my mother. I had, like, left them in her car. My car key wasn't on my keychain. It was always in my pocket. So I had left my house keys in her car. So we went back to Isabella's and, you know, we're just talking whatever. And both of us go onto our phones. And we're like, we're on Snapchat and we're trying to text Jenna to kind of, like, see what happened on her end. We can't find Jenna's name. So we're like, okay, we go to Instagram. Can't find Jenna's name. Odd. Go to Facebook. Can't find Jenna's name. Like, we could not find this girl on any of our socials. And we know for a fact we had her on them. We're like, okay, that's weird. Maybe, like, her phone got taken by her parent or something. Like, you know, we don't know what happened once we left. I'm like, okay, we'll just, you know, talk to her about it when we see her. Okay, we'll just talk to her about it when we see her. That day rolls around. I ended up staying over at Isabella's that night. It wasn't uncommon for us to stay with each other on school nights. And we wake up the next morning, get ready, head to school. We get to school. No sooner we get to school, we're sent to ISS. I text my mom. Me and Isabella are in ISS. My mom goes, I'll call and deal with it. The ISS teacher that we had this day, because mind you, we had 3 days of ISS that we had this day, he allowed us to have our phones. And my mom texts me back, they won't take you out of ISS until I can actually call and figure out what the hell is going on. I just need you both to kind of chill there. And I'm like, I'll be fucking damned if I'm chilling here. I'm not sitting in ISS all day. Like, you've lost it. So, I text brother and I go, call Pappy and have him come get me. My brother goes, why? I'm like, just call Pappy and have him come get me. He goes, okay. We're sitting in ISS and we're, you know, kind of just like texting back and forth because we're not allowed to talk. Like, you can literally just like do your work or sit on your phone, which the only reason we were allowed to sit on our phones is because this teacher was cool as shit. Me and Isabella are texting back and forth and we're like, I wonder if, you know, who's gonna walk in that door. No sooner we get finished this conversation, if we think she got ISS or not, she walks in the door and she looks at us and her face just falls. And she gets bright freaking red and she's just like, it was like she wasn't expecting to see us there. And we both kind of look at her and we're like, we don't say anything. Eventually my grandfather comes and picks me up. And I leave for the day. Like, I'm not sitting in here for 3 hours. Like, you've lost it. I can't talk. I don't have any work to do because, like, I'm here for 3 hours. Like, the stuff I have to work on, I have to be in class to learn. So, for the next 2 days, we spent in ISS. And they tried to make me spend an extra hour in ISS for the day my grandfather came and picked me up, and my mom pretty much called them and said, that's not happening. Like, my daughter's already missed enough class. She's already going to be clueless as to what's going on. Like, that's not happening. I didn't end up having to do ISS, which I am extremely grateful for. We also found out from a friend that Jenna ended up blocking us on everything after the situation because she didn't want us to find out that she lied. And I don't know if this friend still has those text messages or not, but she sent us screenshots and, like, was showing us that. She said, like, I don't want them to know, like, I said it was them. I just really didn't want to get in trouble with my parents again. She blocked us. It didn't last very long. We ended up unblocked probably, like, 2 weeks later. That was kind of that. But, yeah, that is the story time of how my friend got me and my best friend put in ISS for vaping. I hope you guys enjoyed this story time. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. hit the subscribe button down below. Leave a comment telling me what other types of videos you want to see from me. If you've ever dealt with a crazy friend experience like this or anything like this. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this Storytime Sunday. Have a great day. Bye, guys. Love you.
1, 2, 3, funky.